We have Casey Jones, and guess what team he played for? The Celtics, of course. Yo, I'm telling you, it makes no sense. These guys were winning rings every single year. Next, we have Tom Sanders, and he also played with the Celtics. He has 8 rings also. Man, I'm telling you, these Celtics teams were crazy. Lastly, checking in, we have John Havlicek, and guess how many rings he had? Also 8. But I bet you won't be able to guess what team he played for. Yep, you guessed it right. The Celtics again. My point is to you guys, are any of these guys considered your GOATs? Are any of these guys on your greatest of all time list, period? I mean, out of all these guys, maybe you have one, and that's Bill Russell, and that's just because he won 11 rings, and he also was a pretty dominant player. But besides that, none of these guys are even topping the top 20 list, period. So I just gave you a little insight on why rings are overrated. I just gave you multiple guys with that many rings, and none of those guys are really in your GOAT debate. I'll give you a list of Hall of Fame players that do not have a ring. First on that list, we have Charles Barkley, formerly known as Chuck. I know you probably see him on TNT eating donuts and all of that, but best believe that guy was one of the all-time greats. I have him ranked as my all-time great power forward to ever play in the league. I'm telling you, that guy was a beast for sure. Secondly, we got another power forward checking in, Karl Malone, formerly known as the Mailman. Look, this guy got a lot of buckets. A lot of buckets. He's second on the all-time scoring list. That should let you know something. And this guy has no rings. It's crazy. I mean, he played on really good teams in the 90s with John Stockton, but they just couldn't get past the Bulls. Thirdly, we have Elgin Baylor. Look, this guy was an absolute beast back in the day. He played for the Lakers, and his stats speak for themselves. I don't really have to do too much talking. If you don't know who Elgin Baylor is, then you definitely need to stop this video and go do some research, because that guy is definitely an all-time great, and he definitely deserved to get a ring. Fourthly, we have Allen Iverson, formerly known as the Answer. Yes, that guy was definitely the answer, and a lot more. A lot more. He gave a lot of people a lot of buckets, but he was never ever able to hold up that trophy, not one time. I mean, he's a 4-time scoring champ, and he even got an MVP, but he just wasn't able to make it to the finals after that one great finals run that he had. But you cannot tell me that Allen Iverson didn't deserve to win at least one ring. Fifthly, we have Reggie Miller. I mean, this guy could shoot the lights out. Literally. I mean, he was a sharpshooter before we even really had sharpshooters. I mean, the only other sharpshooter really before Reggie Miller was probably Larry Bird. Look, this guy was really that good. But he had really great teams a couple of times, but he could never win a championship. He just happened to be in the East along with one of the greats of all time, and that is Michael Jordan, of course. He stopped Reggie Miller quite a few times. Next, we have George the Iceman Gervin. I mean, that man, he gave everybody buckets. This is the reason why they call him the Iceman. I mean, he's the king of the finger roll. I mean, he made scoring look easy. Literally easy. Look, the man played on the Spurs for a really long time, and never was he able to win a ring. Lastly, we have Dominique Wilkins, aka the human highlight film. I mean, a lot of people know him from just giving like crazy dunks, powerful dunks, but Dominique, he was a scorer. He can give anybody buckets, and he made that Atlanta Hawks team a contender, but they could never win anything, ever. So I just gave you a list of all Hall of Fame players, and none of those guys won rings. None of those guys. That is absolutely absurd to me that none of those guys were able to capture just one title. Just one. Just one. Now, I'm going to give you a list of guys that they barely deserve to be in the NBA, let alone even be on a contending championship team, let alone win a ring at all, period. First on that list, we have Darko Milicic. And if you know who that guy is, that was the guy that was picked after LeBron But before Carmelo Anthony, before Dwayne Wade, and before Chris Bosh, he got lucky enough to be a part of that Pistons team and capture a ring in his rookie year. That is just crazy, because I guarantee you, if you were to put Melo on that team, he would have a few. And right now we have Melo, who might go down in history as one of those all-time great players without a ring. Next, we have Luke Walton, who you probably know is an NBA coach currently, but before then, he played on the team with Kobe Bryant, and he was able to capture a couple of rings while playing with the Lakers. This guy was completely mediocre. There's no way you can tell me that Luke Walton deserved to be a part of any of those Laker teams. I mean, he barely contributed to anything. Next, we have Adam Morrison, and this guy was a beast in college, but for some reason, his game did not transfer. Oh, who am I joking? Everybody knows this guy couldn't play no defense. That's why he wasn't able to do anything in the league. And for that, he got the boot quickly. But before he got the boot, he was still able to win a championship with the Lakers. That's just crazy to me. I mean, what did that guy bring to that team? Absolutely nothing. Next, we have Brian Scalabrine, who calls himself the White Mamba. What is Mamba like to that? I do not know at all. That guy is a walking trash can. I don't know why he won a ring, but luckily he was a part of that Big Three Celtics team, and he was able to capture a ring with them, which is still crazy to believe. Next, we have Greg Oden, who was a former #1 pick. He actually had potential to be a really great big man, but his knees would not allow him to. For some reason, the Heat picked him up, and he was able to get a ring. It's really crazy how some of these bum players were just able to just sit on the bench and win a ring. Last but not least, unless you're a true fan of the NBA, you probably don't even know who this guy is. Probably pretty much like the rest of this list. Matt Bonner, he played for the Spurs, and of course he was able to capture a ring. I mean, what could this guy do other than run up the court and shoot an occasional three? I mean, how many NBA players can't do that? But still, he was lucky to be a part of that championship team and win a ring, while we have plenty of Hall of Fame players who were the star of the team and weren't able to win. Now, do that mean that that player wasn't good enough to win a ring? I can assure you that is not the case. A lot of these teams aren't able to complete the full team. They have a lot of great players, but ultimately they don't have the right pieces to be a real contender, or sometimes they just don't have that right piece to get them over the hump. So that is why I think that rings are completely overrated. Let me know what you think. Make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you like this video, and also subscribe. Plenty of more videos like this to come. Remember, if money talks, don't ask me why I talk too much.